Here's a mistake I see all the time: treating static variables like instance variables. If you don't know the difference, you'll create subtle bugs that are hard to track down. Let's fix that right now. Instance variables belong to each individual object. When you create a new instance of a class, that object gets its own separate copy of every instance variable. Change the value in one object, and it doesn't affect any other object. Each instance has its own independent state stored in its own memory space. Static variables are completely different. They belong to the class itself, not to any particular object. There's only one copy of a static variable in memory, and it's shared across all instances of that class. When any object modifies a static variable, every other object sees that change immediately because they're all looking at the same memory location. The memory difference is key. Static variables are allocated once when the class is loaded, and they live in the class area of memory until the program ends. Instance variables are created every time you instantiate a new object, and they're destroyed when that object is garbage collected. This means static variables persist across the lifetime of your application. Here's a practical example. Imagine a user class. Each user has their own name and email. Those are instance variables accessed through the object reference. But if you want to count how many total users exist, you'd use a static variable called userCount, accessed through the class name itself. Every time you create a new user object, you increment the static counter, and all instances see the same total. Remember, instance variables belong to objects and store unique state, while static variables belong to the class and store shared data. Master this distinction and you'll write cleaner, more maintainable code. Practice with Interview Mentor today. Want to nail questions like this in your next interview? Interview Mentor gives you hands-on practice with real questions. Every answer gets a grade with specific, personalized feedback. Track your progress across topics and difficulty levels.